beautiful people. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling this morning? Everybody's here. Everybody's here. This morning, we are continuing our series, and it's already 20 days into the month. Wow. 20 days in. Could y'all believe that? 20 days in, and April will be here before you know it, Miss Sybil. April will be here. Well, this morning, I want to remind you, as you get up this morning and you yawn and you stretch and you get yourself up, Miss Cynthia, you just remind yourself, I'm working on me. I'm working on me, and it's an ever learning experience. It's an endeavor that I can't get weary of doing. Okay, I'm working on me, and that's okay. And the truth is, watch this, y'all. Watch this. If you're given a new day, why not embrace it as a new opportunity to start again? Why not? Just go ahead and start. Maria, you just start conditioning yourself with that type of mindset. You start conditioning yourself with that type of mindset. And Coach Deborah, if you condition yourself right, you'll be amazed the kind of results you can get. And so this morning, I'm continuing our talk. We're dealing with getting better at getting better. All right? Let me say it again. Getting better at getting better. Now, most people don't realize that's the trick of the trade right there. Getting better at getting better. All right? It's the whole thing where I push getting better with age. Is it possible? Is it possible? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is possible to get better with age. But what you've got to do is you've got to be determined. Okay? You've got to be determined. I got this. Now, whatever it is that I'm going to have to fight, I know it's going to be a fight. Whatever it is that I'm going to have to fight, I know I'm going to have to fight because it wouldn't just let me go. And that's the reason why I went with this whole term of things that makes us weak. What keeps us back from having the victory? Coach Deborah, isn't that good? What keeps us back from having the victory? Now, here's what I found. Our internal fight with ourselves is so massive. It's so massive. Very few of us addresses it. Very few of us address it. And so I want you to be okay with addressing it, addressing the very core of where you are, because the rest of your life depends on you making the appropriate adjustments. Okay? Come on, people. The rest of my life demands that I make the appropriate adjustments. If I don't make the appropriate adjustments, I'm going to find myself living a life of regret. Ooh, boy. Ooh. Living a life of regret. So don't go nowhere. Look at this. Getting better at getting better. Okay? Getting better at getting better. And this morning, we're going to lean in on breaking free from the grip of negative self-talk. Breaking free from negative self-talk. How many of you will say, boy, that's a struggle. That's a struggle. You know, there are some people who have been trained to get better only in elementary school. They got trained to get better in high school. They got trained to get better in college, and then they checked out. And what has happened is now they've adopted bad habits. They've gotten some skill set, and they're going to do some things, but they're not going to do what they're capable of. Okay, they're going to do some things, but they're not going to do what they're capable of because they're not addressing the elephant in the room. And what's the elephant in the room? The elephant in the room is this self-talk factor that is a stronghold. Okay, the stronghold, breaking free from negative self-talk. This is a liberating place. This is a freedom space. This is a space where you can't lie to yourself. When you lie to yourself, you can't be helped. Okay, when you lie to yourself, you can't be helped. But here's the deal: when you're honest with yourself, you also have to learn how to fight with yourself. Fight with yourself to break the curse of what is making you weak, what is holding you down, and what is keeping you back from having the victory. Okay, what's keeping me back from having the victory, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I want us to talk about this morning. That's what I want us to talk about. So this morning, I want you to go in and I want you to start thinking, okay, how can I address the elephant in the room? Okay, how can I address the elephant in the room? Oh, the truth of the matter is, all of us can change. All of us have the ability to make adjustments in our lives in regards to the things that's not working for us. But what most people haven't done is they have not disciplined themselves to, one, assess themselves. Personal assessment is necessary for effective living. Write that down. Write that down. Somebody write that down. Personal assessment, Jamal, is necessary for effective living. And while you're assessing yourself, it's important that you be honest with yourself. Okay? But then watch this, y'all. You got to know that not only are what you're dealing with are external, what I am dealing with is not only external, a lot of what I'm dealing with on my journey to living life effectively is internal. A lot of what I'm dealing with is internal. And the kicker, Lynette, the kicker about the internal battle that we fight is that very few people know we're fighting it. As a matter of fact, some people have thrown in the towel and have stopped fighting. Okay? Some people have thrown in the towel and stopped fighting. This morning, I want you to say this to yourself. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. Hello? I'm a go down fighting. Hello? Can I get about 10 of you to dive in and says, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. Come on, I'm a fighter. Get to that point where you realize, listen, devil, listen, I feel, sense, and experience that self-talk that says this business won't work, that book won't sell, you're not going to get that promotion. Who do you think you are? Why are you trying? Oh my Lord, if we can just break free from the grip of negative self-talk, we can find ourselves rising to the occasion. So negative self-talk is a silent adversary that is significantly weakening an individual in various aspects of his or her life. That's what it does. That's what that negative self-talk does. It undermines confidence. Okay, it undermines confidence. Now you got to watch it, guys. You got to watch it because that negative self-talk will make you weak because it undermines confidence. All right, and what it does, it foster a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity, hindering decision making and action taking. Oh man, when your negative self-talk is strong. Okay? When your negative self-talk is strong, your self-doubt is high. When your negative self-talk is strong, your inaction is strong. In other words, you don't make action, you don't take action, you don't do anything about what you are desiring to do because you will talk yourself out of it. As I leave you guys this morning, I want you to know this. I want you to know this. Okay? It is a predator. It is a cancer of potential. Negative self-talk. It eats away at what you're capable of doing and make you feel like you're not capable of doing it. Let me tell you, one of the most powerful things you can do is learn how to talk to yourself. Okay? You've got to learn how to talk to yourself. You got to learn how to talk to yourself. You got to learn how to identify. Oh my, listen. When you start assessing yourself and you start being honest with where you are and you start making those necessary adjustments, then you're going to start realizing you're going to have to talk yourself through this because that negative self-talk have a tendency of resurfacing. Hello, how many of you you felt motivated to do something great, you felt motivated to do something great, but boy, you talked yourself out of it. You talked yourself out of it. Well, this morning I want to remind you of something. You can talk yourself into it. Yeah, you can talk yourself into it. Go ahead and get that in your head, get that in your spirit. I'm going to stop talking myself out of it, and I'm going to start talking myself into it. And what's happening is you got to pay attention to what feeds that negative self-talk. Some people are surrounded by other negative talkers who feed the self-talk that you have, and it's causing you not to move forward. Oh Lord. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Who here knows that, listen, you've been talking to yourself and you've been hurting yourself, and it's been weakening you and it's been holding you back from maximizing your potential. But now what you have to do is you have to watch this. It's like a muscle. It's like a muscle, and you got to now start work that muscle in a way that says even you won't talk you out of where you're trying to go. See, there are some people who have never done anything great because their internal talk always sabotages their efforts. Okay? There are some people who have never done anything significant. They have never jumped out of the boat. They have never walked on water. They've never raised their hands to kill a giant. They have never done their heart's desire. They desire to do great things, but they've never done the great things they desire. Now, they read the Bible and they hear things like God will give you the desires of your heart. There are things you can't shake. How many of you will be honest this morning? You find yourself, there are some things you just can't shake. It's there, it's been there, and it keeps surfacing, and you know you want to do it, but you keep talking yourself out of it. And let me tell you something, I can say this with confidence. Windows close, okay? Opportunities are not forever. Okay, opportunities don't last forever. And if you want to be great and you want to do something significant and you want to accomplish your heart's desire and maximize your potential, you're going to have to go after it. You're going to have to go after it. Listen, write this down. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Come on. Hey, feel the fear and do it anyway. At least you would have said you tried. I did skydiving, as you guys know. I did skydiving. I never thought I would do skydiving because I claim I don't like heights. Well, Pastor brought up Claire, I have on my list now, I want a bungee jump. Somebody say, oh my Lord. See, what you feed grows. What you feed grows. Miss Cynthia, what you feed grows. And here's the deal. On your drive to work, you got to pay attention, Lynette, while you're driving. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to what you repeatedly say. And that's why I love what the Bible says, casting down every vain imagination and every high thought that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. What is the knowledge of God? It is truth. That's the knowledge of God. It is right. That's the knowledge of God. And when you know it's right and when you know it's truth, you need to pursue it. But that doesn't mean fear won't enter. That doesn't mean that there won't be doubt. Somebody said, well, bungee jumping ain't got nothing to do with the Lord, brother. Well, I'm not really saying that is of the Lord, but what I'm saying is I'm learning to do what I was once afraid to do. Oh, somebody, that's a word for you as I close this talk up this morning. I'm learning to do what I was once afraid to do. And one of the ways to get there is to learn how to manage, how to kill, how to get rid of. Jamal, you laughing at me, Jamal? I see you, bro. Watch this. How to get rid of, how to address the negative self-talk. And let me tell you something. What I found out is, boy, when you open your mouth and you put that whole element of what you're in pursuit of around the wrong people, it'll cost you. Okay? It'll cost you. So I want you to know God has more for you. God has more for you, but you've got to want more for you too. And then what you have to do is you have to get out of your comfort zone, okay? You have to get out. And here's what you do. Here's what you do. Start in small baby steps. When I skydived, and I didn't initially jump out of a plane, just jump, I started doing small things. I did a little white water rafting thing, and that was scary. I didn't tell Karen at the time it was scary, but boy, wasn't it scary. And then we went to a snake farm because I hate snakes, and I knew I wanted to address that. And we went, and then I had them put the snake on my shoulder, and I was afraid. I was afraid, but I kept saying, I'm not going to allow myself to be held back because of certain fear factors that have grown and developed to a paralyzing state. I'm talking about to a state that causes you almost can't sleep well, causes you not to wanna do life because the fear has grown to such a strong position that now no one needs to tell you anything negative. You tell yourself enough negative to the point where you'll never get out of the boat. You'll never try anything new. And here's the deal. You can unlearn what you should have never learned. The thing that you allowed to have grown so much, you can work on that and get rid of it at its core so that the rest of your life can truly be the best of your life and you can break the cycle of limitations. But one of the ways to break the cycles of limitations is you got to get past the grip of negative self-talk. If you want to get better at getting better, you're going to have to address the negative self-talk. Boy, have I come a long way in dealing with the negative self-talk. And I still deal with it a lot, but I have so many audiobooks. I have so many good friends. I have so many different methods that have been helping me to navigate past the negative self-talk. There is external talk that you got to fight through, but then there is the inner talk that you have to live with. Woo! It's the negative inward talk that presides with you, that you got to fight through to get to your destiny. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller telling you, fight for it. Put that in the comment this morning. I'm fighting for my destiny. And it starts from within. God bless you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.